The ICP and camp. The objectives of this lesson are to further talk about the process of checking in, what the ICP and camp living and work environment may be like, workspace location, and taking care of yourself when it comes to eating and sleeping. When you get to the incident command post, you may or may not easily find your work unit, but first you've got to go find check-in. Check-in is very important. They're going to look at your resource order. They're going to write down the date and the time that you got there. They will ask for your red card. They will direct you to where you will work. They may also direct you to where you're going to sleep, or that may be done after you get to the situation unit. If there is a training specialist on the incident and you are a trainee, it is also important that you bring your task book and check in with them so they can document your evaluators, etc. Check-in is important and your first stop after arriving. It is another safety mechanism because if you don't check in within a decent time, they may send a search party out looking for you. Where is the ICP going to be? Where will you work? Where will you sleep? You may not find out any of this until after you arrive. The ICP may be a series or a village of yurts. It may be trailers or a government building. It may be a school building. But just because you're in a school doesn't mean you're going to be sleeping in air-conditioned rooms. You're still most likely going to be camping outside in the area. This may be at a ICP or maybe at a base camp located elsewhere. If you're lucky, there's an ice field or a soccer field or something with good grass where you can put your tent up. GISSs typically work different hours than the crews. If there is a designated place for overhead to camp, make sure you camp there. It will help others find you if needed. Let's look again at the office environment. Where will you work? Like I said, it may be an area of a building or a trailer. On the left is a photo of the Minnesota DNR trailer. On the right, a contractor's GIS truck. Or, as seen below, you may be in a yurt. You really don't know where they're going to put you until after you check in. But what you will find generally is it's going to be not a lot of space, not a lot of room for you to get everything set up. Setting up your workspace is important though, getting your space oriented so that it's the most efficient working space for you and all the people working with you is the goal. We already discussed packing in a previous presentation, but packing for all types of weather is important to both your living and your working environment. You must be prepared for all types of weather, especially at high elevation where temperatures soar during the day and plummet at night. Schedule your meals so you can avoid busy times when crews are eating, but also so the situation unit is not left empty. You will be tired. You could work 10-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts, or 16-hour shifts. It just depends on how much work there is and how it's divided up. So getting rest is very important. Remember, you will likely be camping. It's important to find a good place to put your tent and choose wisely because there are lots of different noises and lots of different things to consider when you place your tent. Again, try to sleep near the overhead team rather than getting mixed with crews. After you get your tent situated, make sure you tell somebody where you are because that person could be the person that saves you when you sleep through your alarm. And things happen at night. Fires are uncontrolled things. Someone may need to find you in the middle of the night. So let someone know where you're sleeping. Before you walk away from that tent after setting it up, take a look around. Make sure you know how to find your tent in the dark. A lot of tents look alike, especially in the dark when you're tired coming off of your night shift. This is a shot of sleeping arrangements. They can be tighter or looser, shaded or open. It all depends. Most of the time, camp is not very peaceful. There are a lot of things happening in camp. People, noises, lights, and vehicles. Engines and generators are loud. Earplugs help, especially when you're on a night shift and must sleep during the day. Sleeping masks too. To review, the objectives of this lesson was to cover the importance of the process of check-in, what ICP and camp living and work environment might look like, your workspace location, and finally taking care of yourself when it comes to eating and sleeping.